Look at that hair.
Wow.
Look at that
Look
hair.
at those eyes.
I've been dreaming about this hair for
You think Mako
23 years. And now
is
it's
it the
here.
Mako that does that to his hair?
Oh, that gives it
Yeah.
that luster,
Yeah.
that
For
sheen.
sure. He doesn't even use product. It's all Mako.
Maybe he's born with it.
Maybe it's Mako.
Maybe it's Mako lean. Okay, this is the Final Fantasy VII remake. Hello, Jan and Ben.
Hello. Hey.
Hey.
We're well, everything is a little weird right now, but we're in a really extra weird recording situation here,
Yeah.
which is that due to the vagaries of video capture and people's various home computers and internet upload speeds and stuff. Jan, you have provided me with both your PlayStation Network login
Yes, I
and
have.
a set of your Final Fantasy VII Remake save files.
I have.
And I
Please don't do anything nefarious.
I won't buy anything on your account, I promise.
If you want to buy like an avatar picture for yourself, feel free. I guess.
Wow, okay. All right. Just one.
Just one.
Also, if
Hey,
anybody
Brad, can you...
if anybody out there is thinking about calling the PlayStation cops, we're going to find you, narc. So just be cool. All
Can you
right.
do me a favor and just keep spinning this camera around and looking how freaking
like-
gorgeous this game
It's
is?
a really good-looking game.
Oh my
is.
This
god.
game has a lot of art.
Yeah.
This is of course Aerith's house. We're in sector 5.
Wow,
Right?
Sector 5.
Wow, you guys have actually memorized the sector numbers. You guys are pretty.
Oh yeah.
So-
I mean,
Make it
starting
very
7.
apparent
So
where
you-
you are.
What's that?
They make it very apparent as to where you are all the time.
Yeah, I kind of like that they're always popping up the location as you're entering and exiting and stuff. So, you guys are way deeper into this game than I am. I'm a few
Other
hours
way,
in.
Brad.
sorry?
Other way.
Okay.
Other way.
Go up those stairs.
Go up the stairs.
I've been playing so much Animal Crossing; those just look like oranges, and I want to pick
Oh,
them.
I'm so glad someone else mentioned that because as soon as I got here, my mind was so broken and I wanted to uproot everything.
Wait, you don't have oranges too, do you?
No, but then all the other flowers.
Okay. So yeah. Point being, I've played a kind of a patchwork amount of this game at preview events and stuff over the last few weeks, and then, excuse me, ma'am, some amount of the final game. But you guys have both spent the weekend just like banging on this thing.
Yes.
So, and since you're deeper than me, and I'm actually playing your save file, I'm just gonna kind of let you guide me around, and we'll take a tour of Final Fantasy VII for a few minutes. What do you
Yeah.
say? So, which way?
Yeah.
Am I going this way?
Yeah, right through there. There should be a little waypoint in the top right corner that'll kind of like guide you to where you gotta deliver those flowers.
I'm not cut out for this.
Sure you are.
And
So
And when you're done,
Go ahead, Ben.
Jen.
round
No.
up the job offer.
I think
I
we're
was
about
just
to say
gonna
the same thing.
say, kind of what this area of the game. So Final Fantasy VII Remake. Obviously, this has
These flowers.
been known for a really long time that it's only the Midgar session of Final Fantasy VII, which is what the first like fifth of the game or so.
Yeah, like 5
If they were
hours or
that.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so it's like, okay, there was a lot of questions around what are they going to do to make this a full, fleshed out video game. And I think this area really kind of showcases a lot of the different things they've done. Because kind of none of this stuff, other than going to Aerith's house and then doing a couple things and leaving, is in the original game. So all these quests we're going to see are new.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. But I might be a while.
Jan, you picked some very pretty flowers. You actually get to pick which flowers. I picked all foxtails, and she was just giving me shit. She's like, these don't look good, but I
I
guess
just
they're
picked the
still
3
kinda
that were
pretty."
there.
So, am I alone in my party? Yeah, I totally am right now. Do they
Yeah,
do that a lot? Like, do our characters kind of coming and going from your party based on the story? It sounds like you're not always rolling with 3.
Yeah, definitely in the early parts of the game that we're at here with this save, the party members are kind of coming in and out. During like whether it's like a side quest or depending on the area that you're in. And in this specific part here is right before the game kind of opens up again with some side quests.
Yeah, as the story progresses, this is I would say about what, Jan, 12 hours in or so.
Yeah, about 10 or 12 hours in the remake.
In the remake, this is after you get separated from Tifa and Barrett. And so you kind of end up here and are trying to make your way back to them. So you're by yourself, you're with Aerith, kind of just give and take there.
Where am I going here? I'm super lost. Sorry.
Pop open your map with a touchpad. Yeah, just go to that marker.
Go to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I went that way, but
You might have to look out for something to trigger.
this is it right around here, right?
It's just, I think, this general area. So you need to just kind of explore around and something will prompt.
Hello, children. Do you know where my mission objective is? Anybody?
But yeah, they've done a lot of fleshing out the in-between parts that, were kind of just nothing before.
Yeah, do you guys have any sense of how long this game is? It sounds like there's quite a bit in here.
I've heard anywhere between 40 and 50 hours. I
Wow.
probably think I'll be around that when I finish. I am in chapter 9, which is... I feel
Brett,
like
there
this
was
is around the
a
halfway point.
sorry, Ben. There was a little kid that I think we passed. You got to talk to him.
Look
back
for a
in the
green
alleyway.
triangle over somebody's head.
It's my favorite Weezer song.
But yeah, go ahead, Ben. You were saying.
I think I'm roughly halfway through the game, and it feels... I think the biggest question about this game is, like, does it feel like a game? Is it a whole game?
Oh, we're just straight up like waiting for her right now? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there he is. There he is.
Talk to that kid. You just pass it. On the left.
The actual little kid.
Oh. It's hard because we're on a slight delay, so...
Yeah.
Back
had-
up those stairs.
Up the stairs.
Oh, hello. This child?
Yeah, there we
Alright.
go.
Oh, Oates, of course.
Oh, Oates.
Everybody loves Oates. So how good has the side stuff been? Because, again, like, from what I remember, and I haven't played this game since late 20th century, but the stuff in Midgar is pretty straightforward. Like, it pretty much mostly follows the A plot, I think.
Yeah.
Like, trying to bring down Shinra and, like, meeting Aerith and, like, just the barest teases of the Sephiroth stuff and everything. Like, how is the stuff that they've padded this out with?
Two of them disappeared. There's no way after
It's
black clothes showed up.
it's a little all over the place. Some of it's a little generic, I will say.
Right.
Some of it is, some of the missions we're going to see here are very much just like help the townspeople do their tasks. Like, oh, a monster is attacking this area that I need to go through. And
I
you
got a
need to-
cellar full of rats that you could take care of for me.
Oh, yeah,
Kind of,
totally. Or like,
and it
find these
usually-
cats, find these kids for me.
It usually involves one of two things: either like kind of exploring the area and finding a certain number of things, or going back through the path that got you to where you are and fighting the monsters along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Or like rarer, mini bosses and stuff like that. I think it does a good job of kind of giving a little more character development to your party, especially Cloud.
Totally.
I will
Also,
say,
sorry, Ben, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I didn't play the original Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, Shadows of Chadley.
I
love
heard
the
you guys
Chadley.
talking about Chadley before this. I'm glad we found him.
God, Chadley.
What's up with those shorts?
Chadley is an intern for the R&D department of Shinra, and he also wants to destroy it.
And he has a monocle.
I swear to God, Chadley knows more than he leads on.
You don't appear to be in my database.
Oh yeah,
And that's bad?
I'm suspecting Chadley is like someone reincarnated or something.
Chadley played original Final Fantasy VII. He knows, or he's read the wiki at least. He knows what's going on.
Much
Yeah.
much like the stars of the Star Wars sequels saw the prequels.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
okay.
but like if they were also in a remake of original Star Wars.
Yeah, so Chadley is your go-to for buying materia, and he can
Okay.
also upgrade your or reset your stats for your weapons. Correct.
Yeah.
And then he'll also give you like these kind of like passive side missions of, hey, try and stagger X amount of enemies or use all the elemental spells that you have. And then he'll develop new materia as you go by.
Okay, cool. All right, Chadley, I appreciate your services. They're not needed as of right now.
You should talk to him before this is all over again, though, because you will get access to something pretty cool. But back to my point real quick. I have no attachment to Final Fantasy VII. I do not know much about Cloud as a character, or anyone really. But this game does a really good job of kind of, he starts out, he's this, gruff loner mercenary, but over time you're doing quests for these kids and stuff, and they do a really good job of kind of personifying him and giving him a lot of character.
I'm sorry, I just have to interject here for a second. VR missions?
Yeah, that's the stuff for later.
Man, this really is a PlayStation game from the late 90s.
The music, Brad. There's a specific section where it's just like Outrun style heavy synths, and it's
okay.
It's so good.
This game does a really good job of making it feel, it captures that 2000s vibe really well, but like in a modern sense.
Yeah, totally.
A lot of the music, a lot of the dialogue, it's corny, but sometimes it's corny and it works.
Yeah, corny's not a bad word, because I wanted to ask you guys if you feel like a lot of the cutscenes, like specifically the characters' sort of just performances, their mannerisms, and like some patterns of speech and stuff are extremely anime in some cases.
Oh, Barrett.
Okay.
Barrett fits that.
Barrett, like a lot of like Barrett's like wild gesticulations, and also just like the number of thumbs ups that characters throw,
or just
and like yes, all the grunts and the like it feels so melodramatic.
That being said, it's I love it though.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying it's I guess it's a stylistic choice.
Yeah. Similar to Ben, I don't have that much attachment to the original 7, but I absolutely love Jesse in this.
Oh yeah.
So it's weird having played that game back in the day, because characters like Jesse and like Biggs and Wedge are like so forgettable that I forgot about them. Oh god, it's time to fight. But like those characters are not particularly crucial to the plot of Final Fantasy VII,
Yeah, totally.
It's interesting to see them. Oh boy, this is a lot, having not played this section of the game at all. Seeing them become like speaking characters with like fairly major roles is like kind of cool.
Yeah, and that's another thing that this game does. So they don't just kind of pad it out with not meaningless, but less impactful side quests. There's full on, like, one of the chapters it takes place after the demo, kind of a little way after you go to Tifa's bar for the first time. You go on a reconnaissance mission with Jesse and
Biggs and Wedge. Yeah.
Biggs and Wedge. And you meet this like other soldier who rides a motor and fights you with a motorcycle and stuff.
He's 110% anime.
He's super anime. I've said this to Jan, and he cleared me on saying this, but this game has there's a Kingdom Hearts streak in this game.
Yes.
Which makes sense because this game has a very long and involved development history, but one thing I forgot is Nomura basically immediately upon finishing Kingdom Hearts 3 went right into this. So you probably couldn't wash off all of that Kingdom Hearts.
Ugh.
That being said, though,
that never washes off. Let's be honest.
It doesn't. Even though we're in quarantine, I've been showering every day, and I still smell the stench of Kingdom Hearts. That being said, though, with the combat, being able to dynamically switch between your party members and make them useful is such a welcome change.
Yeah.
Also, Brad, if you want to skip dialogue, Circle will skip through the stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, the combat I absolutely love. Right now, we're only in a party of 2. But later we'll try and jump into where you're controlling 3 party members. And it can get quickly super hectic.
Yeah, so I really got that impression at the event I went to a few weeks ago, but in that case they had us jump from the beginning of the game straight to the end of like chapter 7. Well, they had us play through all of chapter 7, but at the time I was like, this game's like not messing around. Like they really
No.
They don't go out of their way, for one thing, to really beat you over the head with the fact that characters are low on health.
Yeah.
I've noticed, and like you really have to keep an eye on that stuff because your characters can just go down.
Yeah,
kind of really unexpectedly, but also there's a boss fight that, speak of the devil.
Hey, your health's going down, Brad.
Yeah, working on it.
There you go, Kira.
Try to play a game I haven't played much of and talk at the same time.
That was a professional maneuver right there, Brad.
Yeah, I did it. I'm on my feet. That's all that matters. And then, they don't heal you after battles and stuff. Like I have heard from you guys and a couple other people I know who are deeper into this game that like it's it's surprisingly difficult even on normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this is the point in the game. The side quests that you get here in Chapter 8 were the first time. I died had maybe one time when I got really careless leading up to here. But then one quest in particular where you're fighting these drones, I died like 3 times in a row to them. And at that point I was like, okay, let me go into my inventory, reassess my materia, look at my upgrades, look at all this stuff. Because we'll show off the customization a little later. But there's a lot of stuff you can do to prep for battle, and then once you're in the battle, you have to like, okay, let me think about my moves. Let me, position Aerith over here and Cloud over here.
That avaricious bite is just coming for me.
It's gonna
Slowly
get you.
coming, Brad.
Ah,
It's gonna get you.
You can dodge. You can dodge out of the way.
You can dodge roll.
yeah.
There we go.
Speaking of assessing,
Yeah.
You. Oh, this is so handy.
assess the shit out of this hedgehog pie.
Chadley gives you this early on.
Yeah.
That was another thing at that event that I had, like, getting jumped forward to a harder boss. It immediately struck me, like, man, it would be great to know what the weaknesses are on this thing, because, like, correct me if I'm wrong, like, is the stagger stuff, like, kind of the core of the combat, like it seemed?
Yes, especially against bosses.
Yeah,
so
totally.
basically, enemies almost have like a posture gauge, like a Sekiro sort of deal, where if you hit them with moves that are effective, or you hit them with like Cloud's stance change attacks, you're going to start staggering them. And if that stagger meter fills up all the way, they'll go into what's it called?
Staggered.
The staggered
right?
is the name of the state. Oh
Okay.
boy. Speak of the devil.
You'll have to,
You'll start doing like 160% damage or more, depending on what character you're playing.
Let's see what's up with the smogger.
Oh, you want to stay away from that. You want to keep Aerith away from that smogger.
Yeah, he's got silence.
But even if you're silenced, you could still use abilities. It's just spells that go away.
Even as early on as I am and having played different parts of the game, like, I really appreciate, like, the blend of sort of tactical RPG command issuing stuff and just straight up action seems pretty well done. Like, you have to worry about,
totally.
like, positioning and proximity matter for your characters, so you do have to move around, but you also have to, issue commands that deal with elemental weaknesses and stuff like that. Like, it seems like a pretty cool blend from what I've seen.
And you really get into a groove with combos. So like Cloud's basic attack string, it's the same kind of 5 attacks over, but there's kind of, you can do the first 3 pretty quick. The 4th one will be kind of a launcher, and at that point, if you like launch somebody into the air, switch to another character, have them, like Tifa has this dive kick aerial move, so like you can launch them up and have her fly into the air and get them. Like, you really can kind of DMC it up and just like juggle some
totally.
enemies. And
Man, this silence is...
Smart doesn't mess around.
Silence is not messing around. Don't tell me. Aha.
There it is.
Not sure how many of those are the same, but some of them must be.
And then another unique thing about the combat is every character obviously has different normal attacks. Like Cloud has the sword, Barrett has the gun arm, Aerith has her staff, but they all have a special ability on triangle that's different. And so Cloud's a stance character. He can switch to another stance that does more damage, but he can't really move around. Aerith has this kind of charge beam. Tifa has this whole like leveling up subsystem thing.
Yeah, I really like how the characters feel very varied from each other. Also, in certain instances, you can actually do summons. I
Yeah.
don't think we'll see it anytime soon, but that just acts as a gauge that slowly builds up. You'll summon whoever, and then you can actually use your ATB points to issue direct commands to your summon.
Right. They'll just come in and attack as they see fit, how the game describes it, but then you can have them.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
So that raises a question I had just in the early part of the game.
Phoenix down.
Did I just get canceled out of that?
You did.
Like,
You
so
did.
that can happen. Like, I was curious
100%.
because it seemed like it had been happening to me, just like that.
Yeah.
Like, she was in the process of using a potion. Okay, so that's good to know
Oh,
because
yeah. You are not invincible. The dodge is not invincible.
Okay.
Very important to know.
Because I basically I hadn't gotten deep enough into the game to see really major difficulty, but it seemed like it was going that direction where you have to worry about the spin up time on abilities and items.
Oh yeah.
And
Totally.
plan ahead and make sure you use them before it's too late.
Yeah. If you want to switch up the materia at all, we can also go into...
because I kept going to Aerith looking for a cure and not finding it, and I should totally do that. We should dig into that stuff too, because I saw a little bit of that stuff with the weapon upgrading and so forth a few weeks ago, but I didn't get a chance to dig into it, and I would love to see how the stuff works.
Yeah, it gets pretty deep.
Okay, so where should we start?
So start with the weapons. Load up the... Choose that. So something that's neat to know about the game is that it's not just like every sword you get is better than the last sword. They definitely have trade-offs both in terms of their damage and stuff, but then also if you look at the materia slots, which are those little orbs, you'll see that the current sword here, the Iron Blade, has 3 unbound materias, which are fine. That's just means you have 3 different things. But if you go over to the other weapon, it has a bound slot, and some of the materia will like amplify the materia that is bound to it. So you can like have super ice damage or whatever.
Is that what this means? The way they look kind of connected here?
Yes.
Okay.
So like if you go in there, if you like click on one of those, the blue circle materias I think are like the binding ones. Elemental, yeah, right there. So you see adds the element of the linked materia to your equipment. So this will just give you, like, if it's in there with fire, it's going to give your attacks fire damage.
Oh, that's awesome. Holy shit. That's super exciting. I want to dig into this.
Yeah, so you could do that with the thunder materia to mess up that smogger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, yeah, your accessories also have materia slots.
Also, what are the I see star ratings on these materia and letters? Are those letter grades, or what's up with that?
Letters for the character, and the stars apply to how much you've leveled that materia
All right.
up.
Well, Barrett's not here right
Also-
now, so give me that.
A really smart thing this game does is let you... So, you'll... Like, right now, Tifa and Barrett still have their materia and stuff equipped, but you can just unequip those even if they're not in your party.
Yeah.
So you're not, like, screwed, basically, if you become separated from a character that has all your best stuff.
What is this? So this allows you to heal with prey. Is that an ability? Is this like
That is an
is this
ability,
an
yeah.
ability materia basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're kind of color coded for that. Like yellow are good ability, purple are usually kind of passives.
Do the accessories ever have materia slots or no? Doesn't look like it.
Not
I
the
have not
accessories,
come
but
into that.
the other items do.
Aerith and the bulletproof vest just really makes a ton of sense to me. Let's see. I had one more question. How do you level up the materia? Is it just by using them?
By using them, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh yeah, let's give.
What?
Oh,
I
did you
didn't
miss
get
this
that. Oh man.
This was in the part before the boss fight we'll get to later.
Okay.
It was in. Never mind.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll,
God.
we'll talk.
What is even happening?
So this is the weapon upgrade
Holy
system.
shit! Wait, they put the
Yeah.
sphere grid in this game?
Oh, it's like your universe here.
Yeah, welcome to the Sphere Galaxies.
Wow. Huh.
So basically, you're accruing these points every time you level up, and so those are character-wide. So basically, like if you have 60, you have 60 for each weapon, and you can spend them on these little upgrades here. And it's upgrading stuff like HP and damage and magic damage and all that, but also like additional materia slots, or it'll power up your secondary skill, like your triangle attack or whatever.
Yeah, and if you kind of invest poorly or you're not liking the build, our boy Chadley can reset that for us.
Yeah, for a price.
For a little bit, a gil.
And so I will say, one of the interesting things about this game that I didn't really run into, so I fight last night that just kicked my ass. I used like 16 Phoenix Downs. It took 45 minutes, but I finally beat it. And I was like, well, I'm out of Phoenix Downs. Let me just go to the shop and buy some more. And then I realized, I kind of spent all my gil already. Mm-hmm. There's not a lot of areas to really do a lot of grinding. Since this game doesn't have random encounters like a normal JRPG, it does have some areas that will repopulate, but you kind of have to be smart with your money.
Yeah.
I just missed an ability there just to further illustrate that this game kind of doesn't mess around.
Oh, totally.
Like there's no real... I mean, there is a lock-on, but there's no, like,
oh god,
explicit auto-targeting, right? Because Because you still have to worry about, like, how long it takes to do the ability. Did she just die? Okay. How long it takes to do the ability and, like, how close you are and if they're going to move or not, you know?
Right. Like, Braver always somersaults a set distance.
Right. Oh, God, man. I am getting just worked here.
Like I said, first part of the game that really started challenging...
This part right here?
Yeah.
This chapter, yeah.
I missed again?
There you go, Brad. That elemental weakness.
Yep.
The triple slash is really good. I don't know if you have
Just
it.
got to get that ATB up. Wait, do I have a Thundara? I do.
Thundara.
Is she? Nope. What if we do a little sport magic here?
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh, one
Yeah.
one
There we
spell
go,
I always
staggered.
have.
Now we're
Aerith
playing Final
use.
Fantasy VII Remake.
There you go. The ward, her arcane ward is super duper good.
Oh, I
Yeah.
think I saw that. What is that? Just double spell use or something like that?
Yeah.
Yes.
If you're in it, and it's huge and it lasts forever. If you just stand in it and cast a spell.
Is that
it'll
all spells?
use
Like you can
twice.
get double heal and stuff?
No, I think it's only offensive.
It's only attack spells, yeah.
Okay. Shit, man.
I think you're in a good spot.
Yeah.
You'll only use one of your ATB, then you can run away, then heal Aerith.
That's definitely, even in the little bit I've played this game, this is a big adjustment, is not even being able to use items unless you have enough.
Yep.
Like, it's, like, you can really get into some rough situations where, like, oh my god, I can't do anything until I build that gauge back up. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna die.
You know, just generally about this game, I think that, like, it comes down to who are you making remakes for, right? Do you make remakes for the diehard fans, or do you make remakes to try and bring new people in? I think this game has done an incredible job of threading that needle and making something that's appealing to both first timers and, you know, fans of the game. Like,
Right.
there's, I'm gonna keep this as, I mean, this is not a spoiler, but the story is not one-to-one. There are some interesting things
Liberties.
going on at play here, and I think that'll be really exciting to see for people who, you know, love the first game and kind of remember all the beats, and just a little tinkering here and there just to keep things fresh.
Oh, you're messing these guys up now, Brad.
I'm getting there. So, like, if I want her to have more ATB, should I just switch to her and hammer on square? Is that the best way to get it? Oh my god.
Totally.
This is...
It's also how you get this game developed. Switch to Square. Take that, CyberConnect.
Holy...
Yeah, and when you're not actively controlling a character, they're kind of... They will attack, but they're not doing the best.
This is like a great example here where Cloud's about to die and nobody can do anything right now. Like, should I just switch to him and, like, hang back?
I would just...
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, the bar does fill very slowly. I guess you can just kind of evade for... Okay, now I can make...
Yeah, and one of the materias that I kind of never go without is one that lets
Speed.
you build gauge faster while you're blocking.
Oh,
Yeah,
still
actually,
nothing!
With Cloud, when you're in the Punisher mode and you're blocking, generally you can do a parry and do a counterattack.
Actually, I just got... do you have the parry materia that
No.
like adds an active parry?
No, I need that.
Yeah, it's real good. Talk to Chadley in the area we're both in.
Okay,
Oh,
Nice.
finally. Alright.
there we go.
Did you guys get the ambient dialogue where Barrett just starts singing that after a fight?
Yes.
Yes.
That was like the weirdest moment I've ever had in a game. It was just a little too meta for me.
I've had like 4 of those moments in this game. It's the weirdest moment I've ever.
It's kind of a strange game. Like, not in a bad way. It's just, like, it's quirky.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
I don't.
fun. They have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, in the same way, this game kind of reminds me of like the really good parts of Kingdom Hearts. It also reminds me of like moments of Yakuza.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. I can
The
see it.
area that I just fought through, that Jan's about to get through, is straight up gave me huge God Hand vibes. Just like the campiness and the like. Oh,
You know what? Yes, this is God Hand, Kingdom Hearts, Yakuza.
basically, if you have a favorite weird game from Japan, this game has that in it. You can look at the materia slots in the sword. Is it just a really nice touch?
Yeah, I like that.
Ladies first, Brad.
All right, fine. What's your just like kind of SOP for after a battle? Because people don't heal. Like, should I just use spells? Is that the best way to
if you
heal
go back
up?
into town, there will be a bench that you can rest
Okay.
at and recover.
Yeah, but I'll pop potions in between.
No, this is what I was afraid of.
Yeah, yeah.
You can also run away.
Oh.
You can flee battles
How do you do
by
that?
just like run down the path.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, I've done it a couple times.
I didn't know you could do that.
Probably not, bosses or mini bosses, but
Right.
there was at one point in the section after this, the kind of a tunnely area where I was solo and I just wanted to end, so I was just running past a couple battles. Felt fine.
How did you get to be so strong? Well, you see, Cloud here used to be a soldier.
And so there's like a lot of this stuff, a lot of this dialogue where kind of Cloud is talking about being a soldier and being a mercenary and stuff, but as you play, it
soldier.
kind of gets a little less gruff. You know what? One thing I noticed last night that I really liked is when you actively switch in battle from character to character, a lot of times they'll say something like, I'm taking over, especially early on, right? Like when you first meet Aerith, he's like, I got this. And she's like, fine, whatever. But then like later on, I was in a not really tough boss fight. And there was just one moment where I switched from Aerith to Cloud and she's like, you got this. And Cloud is like, I got this. And I was like, oh, they're becoming friends. Like,
Yeah, I think that's definitely a thing that, I'm not 100% familiar with the original, but I feel like they're doing a fantastic job at building the relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, like giving even the side characters some amount of actual personality was like kind of eye-opening for me. Because like Biggs and Wedge were just joke characters that every Final Fantasy game had back in the day. So like,
Right.
seeing that
Like,
stuff,
Brad, did you know that Wedge was a cat guy?
I had no idea.
Did you know that Jesse's mom makes a really good pizza?
Whoa.
Not bad.
Like you.
And that she was an actress? Is that a thing?
Yeah, Jesse's an actress, apparently.
You gotta work at it. Some good
I feel like
one, right?
there are moments where it feels like this game is kind of wearing its politics on its sleeve a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
I just saw that scene between Barrett on the train early on, between Barrett and a guy who is like an NPC that is literally labeled a Shinra middle manager. Who is like, it's like, no, we peacefully work together to change the world. That's how revolution happens, or something like that. It's like, yeah, okay, buddy. Talking to a guy who just blew up a reactor.
Has a gun for an arm.
That's another thing, is like the contrast between these fucking lunatics and every other NPC in this game that's just wearing like business suits and like casual, everyday wear.
Yeah.
And then like here comes this guy that's got like bolts sticking out of his shoulder and a guy with a Gatling gun for a hand.
You even get that like when you go between the different slums and sectors, is like they all have their own distinct vibe. They all feel like a kind of self-contained town in different ways. I mean, the greatest example of that is when you get to the
Wall market.
wall market.
Yeah.
More like
So we have a kind of a little bit of a time budget here. Should we continue on here, or is there anything else? you
Yeah.
wanna
Oh, you're going to
jump?
meet a great character soon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll talk to Oates, and then he should open up the side quests in the area.
Okay. So is this kind of early on? You're just getting to this area for the first time?
From now on, if you
Yeah.
get
Yes.
into
Okay.
trouble, promise me you'll find an adult, okay? Okay, I will. And here, since you're so cool, you guys.
It's These kids are adorable.
You can come and play
Escort the
here
children.
whenever
Oh, do you have to bring them back to the daycare?
You must.
Oh, man. I
It's
really
all
want
right.
him.
Oh.
Ah!
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Hey, remember when I said Kingdom Hearts?
I wonder if there's
So-
13 of these guys.
So this is like none of this stuff I think is in the original. Also, wait, Jan, they're numbered.
I know. That's
Oh
why
my
I'm
God.
wondering if there's 13 of them.
None of this is in the original.
No. Not that I remember.
it looks pretty damn similar.
And also, yeah, hey, guess who's like chilling? What's up?
Yeah, like they
There he
really go pretty hard with the Sephiroth from what I've seen of
Oh
this game.
yeah.
Which, like, whatever. It's 100% expected because
Totally.
because he's like the fandom around that character is completely out of its mind.
Yeah.
The voice actor is top billed in the IMDb
Right.
of this game.
And,
Yeah.
and B, also, like, he just wouldn't be in the game that much if they didn't contrive some stuff, right? Because
Yeah.
he's like...
And like you can't make a Final Fantasy VII game without
Right,
Sam.
right. Like, he's, like, in the original game, from what I remember, he's just, like, kind of this shadowy figure that's barely mentioned or seen until this whole act is kind of over.
Sephiroth, the war hero? I know he died.
No, Cloud, I'm sure it's fine.
They said so on the news.
But yeah, they start laying on the Sephiroth fairly early.
Like right after the demo ends, basically.
Yeah. All right. Let's see.
Yeah, so you'll need to pop back over to where you got this.
Run.
Oh, he needs to go all the way.
Maybe not. We'll just see what happens. Oh, yeah, here we go. So basically, this is how this kind of happens in each sector. Is you do like one main quest,
I know a lot of people.
which unlocks all the side quests. At that point, you can continue down the main path.
Brad, look behind Cloud's shoulder.
Do you think you're interested in helping out?
What the?
You know, a lot of these character redesigns, I don't really
I'm on the clock.
too hyper realistic.
I really hope we can go to the office by Halloween time this year because I know what I'm wearing.
Is that the mysterious Moogle merchant?
Chat with
I'm
them.
trying to resist hitting triangle. I know we got places to be.
Oh no, this is important.
Oh, no. Is that a Moogle? You can see Moogle? Then you two must be very, very special.
I like. Did you ever talk to? I talked to somebody else later about Moogie, and they're like, "Yeah, we all put up with Moogie because like, there's not a lot of fun things here, and he's kind of the only one who's having a good time, so we're all just fine with it."
What are you talking about, Magi or Moogie? He's trying to better everyone's days actively. So yeah, one of the things you'll pick up from smashing boxes and battles are Moogle medals, and Magi is the person you want to talk to for cashing those bad boys.
Okay. Yeah, because you start getting those like chapter 1, I think.
Yeah, it's basically like a special item shop. There's some upgrades and some weapons and stuff.
So how does all this side stuff work structurally? Are you able to revisit previous areas to do side quests you missed, or are you just leaving stuff behind when you move the story on?
I'm
Not
gonna say you
currently.
leave them behind. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
right. Because like they are very clear about like, hey, we're going to go if you go here. Are you ready?
Wow.
Yeah.
And they do that repeatedly? Because like that sounds like for somebody like me who is kind of a completionist and wants to not miss stuff. I feel
Oh,
like,
you're gonna have a terrible time, Brad.
oh man, yeah. Like I feel like I'm just gonna try to mop every single area up completely before I do the story
Yeah.
thing.
And that being said, I've done that. Like I've done every side quest, and I would say it only. Doing all of them takes a few hours, maybe, but like not anything too crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like
There's
luckily
probably, like,
the combat and the upgrade systems seem engaging enough that even if the stories of the side quests maybe are not super compelling.
Actually, Brad, if you next time you're in there, if you hit tab to open up the map, you can thumb over and see your active quests and stuff, and kind of figure out. Like sometimes I've gotten lost, like I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, but they have a very detailed, like step by step. Like you talk to this guy and he said go over here, and then this other guy said look
Oh
for
wow,
these.
jeez, yeah, look at that.
Yeah, do we want to revisit another chapter, or we could run into someone if we go back to Aerith's house? Right
I know there
now?
was a specific character you guys were in, so maybe a boss fight that was attached to it or something that you were talking about.
Yeah.
If we head back to Aerith's house, if you turn back around, Brad.
This way,
Yeah.
We should run into them.
over here.
Yes.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Oh,
Oh, yep.
I love this part.
is that a Turk?
Yeah.
Doesn't he look like
I had completely.
Keegan?
Oh boy.
His name is
His
Rude.
name is Rude.
Haven't seen
I probably knew that at one time, but
He's my body.
God, who,
This
If you must
is
fight
Reno,
is
Reno
in-
another one of the Turks?
Yes.
Yeah.
those eyes.
How are they presented in this? Are they a bunch of bumbling dipshits, or do they actually get stuff done?
I feel like Rude gets stuff done.
Okay.
Cross
Yeah.
my T's.
They're definitely like, it's like, cocky guy versus in control guy. Like,
Yeah.
Leave him be. Rude's not a bad person, really.
No, I'm
All
not
right,
bad,
Rude. I understand.
But like it or not. I
Oh, boy.
sometimes have to do
this
bad.
is, good luck here. This
Huh. All right.
This was
nothing
another
personal, kid.
Whoa.
this was another fight that
take it
taught the importance of switching around actively.
Okay.
Yes. And not
kinda like-
mashing on attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this rude guy,
All the same.
pretty rude.
Okay. All right. Well, oh, don't got that ATB yet. You got to do something here. Ooh.
If you do click the right stick, that will lock on, and you'll kind of like focus. And
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Oh boy.
All right.
Yeah. And he throws him at Aaron.
Oh, did I not heal before this?
Oh no.
Oh, you did not.
Oh! Oh no!
Suplex you. He's gonna suplex you, Brad.
Oh man, I don't think this is gonna happen.
It's fine.
Aha, she got it.
There we go.
Nice.
Clutch
Get
heal.
that. So, is there? Hang on, let me. I've learned my lesson. No, I haven't, because he doesn't have assess.
Oh no.
I don't think he has any weaknesses.
Oh, good.
Correctly.
So I was gonna ask. I mean, for a guy like this who kind of it seems like can't be hit really, like, is there a way to build my ATB besides attacking?
You can definitely hit him. The trick is you want to hit him like twice and then block or
see.
run.
I see.
Yeah. So if you switch into Punisher mode and you hold the block button, you can parry some of his basic attacks.
Yeah, just not like his grabs.
This is
Yeah.
this is a throwaway save. I don't care. I'm gonna
Right,
use that,
yeah, totally.
Yeah,
using
it's
that
fine.
elixir.
Look at
Oh god.
Feeling good.
Oops.
And the funny thing is, if you were to switch to Aerith and he sees that you're actively using spells, he'll throw something at Aerith specifically
Oh, wow.
to silence
Yeah.
her.
Huh.
he'll put her to sleep, which is funny because like their whole thing is they have to take her alive. And so I was like, oh, they found an in-game way for it to make sense for him not to like kill her in the fight. He just puts her to sleep and then focuses on Cloud.
So
Yeah,
I
he's
can't
like
I can't
Ned-
block here at all.
you can. I think that was a block.
Let's do this.
Okay.
But those are grabs.
Wow.
Grabs
yeah.
will go through block.
Okay.
Yeah, this guy's like Neji from Naruto, just striking at your chakras.
Ah, can't dodge. This is rough.
Yeah.
I used that elixir and I'm almost dead again.
So it's my turn?
Your limit gauge is almost filled up though.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Do it.
Taking over.
Can't keep eyeing.
Is this a story fight? Is this meant to be beaten, or is this an optional thing?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
They haven't so far. I'm glad they haven't done the "you're supposed to lose this fight" thing, because I hate that.
Yeah, it's my least favorite thing in games.
Here we go.
There you go, nailed that.
Nice. Building that stagger up. Yeah, I would say this is definitely the first boss that I was like, okay, I'm gonna just like observe attack patterns for a while. Like you do have to kind of like learn his moves, and you'll see the move pop up above his head, and once you kind of learn like, okay, this is his that
Position-wise,
move is his
yeah.
grab.
Yeah,
that
this
move
is super.
his-
I want to point out this is super punishing because if he gets you with one hit, you're getting all of them.
Yeah.
Like, you can't
yeah.
dodge out once he lands a hit. He's
You
gonna-
can switch here, which
Oh.
is really helpful.
Yeah. Also, even if you're actively playing as Aerith, you could still trigger Cloud's limit breaker.
Oh sure, yeah.
Take care of them. You can do it.
Is this guy staggerable?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Doing the Wesker. Glasses slowly breaking mid-fight.
Yeah, this game's pretty anime.
I love this.
Ow.
Oh yeah. This is around the first part of the game I realized I actually have to use the block.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I blocked that.
You do run faster if you're not locked onto them.
Oh,
Oh really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Also, his stagger meter is empty again now. Great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's something I was saying before here is like speed means a lot in this game, because especially when you're going from Cloud to Aerith, who has like high speed versus low speed, where in the original game, I assume, I don't know for sure, like speed is like, okay, who gets to attack first, and maybe one other stat is tied to it. But here it's like actual move speed.
Man, that is so harsh. I used an ability and it burned my ATB meter, and then he knocked me out of it before it happened.
Yeah.
Are you
This
saying
game-
why you gotta be so rude?
This game doesn't fuck around. Did I just
Oh, no.
heal the wrong
Down to
person?
Aerith.
Oh man.
No.
Oh, he's gonna sleeper.
We could take this as an opportunity
To
to
move on
switch
to
over
check out
other
something else.
stuff. Yeah.
Well,
What are you
yeah,
what are you trying to say
think-
about my chances of beating Rude?
First of all, Jan, I think he can beat Rude. Second of all, we
Oh,
have to talk to
100%.
Chadley one more.
Oh shit.
Reload.
That's right.
Do I have to finish this fight before we do that?
No, because also one very generous thing about this game is if you
I could just
lose
do
in a
this.
fight,
Or I could just do this.
yeah, you can if you do retry from last. I hope this is probably a good checkpoint. But if you do retry from last battle, it'll put you like literally steps away from
I
the
thought
battle
I,
you just fought.
I thought I would already be in the battle if I.
I don't know how it would work with this though, because you enter in the specific arena in a cutscene.
Yeah, I assume it would be before you walk up to Rude.
Right.
But yeah, even if you lose a fight, you can retry just right. You don't get knocked back to your last save necessarily. You can just like, okay, I'm gonna go back in, prep my materia, switch some stuff around, go back right into the fight.
All right.
Oh wow, this knocked you back pretty far.
Oh wait, is this before we did that side quest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, are you sure?
Wow.
Oh no. Well, where's
The good news
Chad?
is you'll be able to talk to Chadley.
Yeah, that's all we're here for. Is that down this way?
Yeah, just down
to
there.
down and to the left.
This way.
There you go. Yep.
Is he over here
Go left.
somewhere?
He's the orb icon
Ah,
on the minimap.
That's the bench we were talking about earlier. That's you
Oh.
can find those benches in the world. And
I like how it says
heal off
potion
them.
on it.
Yeah,
All right.
all the vending machines have like potions and stuff in them.
I still
Oh
have
right, you have to.
still have an unopened bottle of that Final Fantasy potion they sold in Japan.
Oh boy.
Was it an HP potion?
It's
Red.
blue, so
So that sounds like an ether to me.
I think you can skip past this, Brad.
okay.
Yeah, you'll have to talk to him again for the VR stuff.
That's quite a camera
weird.
angle.
It's the first time I've seen this.
I did come across like a weird thing of where Cloud was positioned. That
Okay.
it was a back and forth dialogue with Aerith and Cloud, and where Cloud was standing was a little close to a vending machine. So like the little kitschy music would be playing whenever it switched back to Cloud, but be absent when we went to Aerith speaking.
That's fun. So yeah, you can talk to him, and so this is how you actually get new summons.
I will say that you can find summons in dungeon.
Is this
Apparently, I can't.
what you want me to do?
Yes.
VR mission? Just
I
pop in
think
here?
this is like the moment I made somebody else come look at the game
So is
just
thi-
because it was so gorgeous.
Is this how you get summons or
One of the
Yes.
ways, yeah.
okay?
Yeah, I was able. So, some of the dungeons they're fairly linear, but there is exploration elements to them. And then in one of the major dungeons before this, I kind of went off the beaten path, and I actually found a summoning material.
Was it behind a fan?
Yes. Yes.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So as you complete Chadley's little missions he gives you, he'll develop summoning materia, and it'll be in the form of these VR missions that if you successfully beat, you'll get that summon.
Okay. Do you know if that's the only way to get these particular summons, or can you get them somewhere else?
I believe this for these guys. Yeah, you have to get them manually by defeating them. And what Jan said earlier about summons is they only appear in boss fights. Really, you only get the option, and it'll like pop up. Like we'll get one here if keep
Oh,
hammering
right,
on it
yeah.
a little bit. And the summons look great.
Yeah, they're awesome. This game in general looks great, and performance-wise, I'll say I'm playing on a base PS4, a launch one, and I haven't come across any issues at all.
No, yeah, it feels full frame rate. Like,
Yeah.
I know there are some people experiencing a weird texture bug. I think they said they've got a patch already working on it, where some buildings just load in with like PS1 looking textures, which is kind of great.
I have seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, it runs
Fire at
really
her
well.
face.
Almost got it.
There you go. Get that stagger, Brad.
And then when you're really like just knowing your like optimal, it's like a fighting game where you kind of want to know like, okay, what's the most amount of damage I could? How do I achieve maximum damage once I stagger this person? You can kind of like work out like, okay, I'll have, you know, Aerith cast her arcane ward, I'll get double spells, blah blah blah.
It's a lot to keep up with this in this game. Like,
Oh yeah.
I don't even have
And I
time
can
to
only
look at
imagine.
what status effects are on me right now because there's so much shit going on.
I think that's slow.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a shortcut
there we
menu
go.
if you hold.
Yeah,
like,
I
L1.
really want to point that out before we go because I didn't see that at the preview event I went to, and when I saw it in the final game, like I don't know if I can get to it from here. Doesn't look like it.
No.
Um.
Oh, you got your
So
summon
close to
working.
getting that summon.
Wait, so what do I do with that?
It'll be in your menu.
Oh, okay.
So if you hit X once that gauge fills up.
Ah,
Oh,
Yes.
this is so good.
I have seen a little bit of this.
You're up.
And then he is in the battle, right? Like I can.
Yeah, he's just gonna start messing
You can't
stuff up
control
on his
him.
own.
Okay, so I can't play as him, but I can. Oh, but
Use-
you get new abilities when he's here, right?
Yes.
Is that how it works?
Those are kind of commands for him.
You can use your ATB to direct him to do stuff.
I see. Those are his abilities that I am issuing him commands for.
Yes.
Okay, and that uses my ATB.
Yep.
Whoa!
And he has like a 1 bar and a 2
Is
bar move.
that just a wrestling move?
Oh yeah. Also, they'll do like a final attack as soon as their gauge runs out
Yes.
too.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah.
And even if it was Cloud that had summoned a summon, the other characters can use their ATB to issue commands
Oh,
as well.
cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So as soon as Aerith's bar fills up, I can do this, and then this.
Yeah.
I guess that's good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that plume is radiant.
Oh.
Kind of reminds me of the clay thing you can summon in DMC5.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she's so close. Oh. Gotta get that stagger.
Oh, you got this, Brad.
I didn't beat Rude, but I'm gonna beat her.
Yeah. And then she'll join you.
Oh. Oh no. Oh, I was so close.
Oh yeah, she also does an attack when she's leaving.
Huh. Wait, is this just
you
like a...
should be-
What the fuck?
Oh no,
Dude, was that just...
Oh,
Alright, fuck this.
do it?
Was that just like a health check? It's like, oh, I hope you have enough health to survive this?
it seems
Yeah.
like it.
Fuck, dude, I had 38 health left.
Clutch.
Wow. Wow,
That was all VR, so it
that's
doesn't matter.
cool.
It
All
does
right.
use your items though.
Standing.
Huh, okay, and then you got a new summon.
And now it's
Yeah.
yours.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. So before we run out of time here, there was one other thing we were going to take a look at.
I think we might be close to time.
Yeah, we'll have to really squeeze it in, but I think we can at least take a look. It's save number 8,
Yep.
right? Let's pop in
And
here.
then we might have to skip through.
skip some cutscenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you only get 4 shortcuts per character, is that right? It's basically hold L1 and then one of the 4 face buttons?
Yeah.
Or do you
Similar
have
to Kingdom Hearts.
Okay. Oh. I see. Actually, that feature sucks. No, it is nice. I mean, because it seems like you can bind any ability or spell to those
Yeah,
shortcuts.
you can throw an item there, or an ability.
Yeah, this is a boss fight that I played at that preview event a few weeks ago, and I just wanted to.
Yeah, I went back and looked at how this looked in the original game, and it's kind of amazing the level of reimagining they've done.
Yeah,
They
Because I
took-
think, go ahead.
like stuff like this clearly was not
Right.
there.
Like President Shinra, like physically walked up to you in the original game. Here,
Right.
he's a giant hologram.
giant hologram. Yeah.
and there's even stuff like the area after chapter 8 where you're kind of going between two of the slums. There's like Austin Walker actually pointed this out to me, but there's like a in the original game, in the PS1 game, there's like a claw in the background that you kind of walk past, and they just took that claw and said, well, what if we actually build a mechanic around it, and there you have to solve these puzzles using claws and picking up boxes and moving them around. I will say those puzzles sucked, and Jan and I got stuck on the same one for like 45 minutes.
I'm glad I wasn't alone.
But it's still a neat idea of just like
Yeah.
what stuff we can take from the original and just really ramp it up. There's a boss fight involving a certain inanimate object that people may remember, and I have to say they did it justice in a major way.
Do you guys find yourself actually actively controlling other characters a lot, or do you stick
Oh,
with
yeah.
Cloud for the most part? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Eventually, yeah, I got there.
Actually, I
Except
noticed
Barrett.
the little bit I got to play Tifa at that event. Like, she's a brawler, like melee character. It seemed like she has a lot of active abilities that you'd want to be using.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a lot
and
of-
her whole like unbridled strength thing just powers her up, and then once an enemy is staggered, she can hit him with her special attack. More so the damage that they're taking.
Did I see her triangle is changing?
Yes.
It was Omni
So,
Strike, and now it's Whirling Uppercut.
Yeah, you use the ability to whenever ATB to change Whirling Uppercut into an Omni Strike.
Okay.
You can do that twice, and get an even more powerful ability.
Yeah, I really like what I've seen of the combat in this so far, which I was not expecting at all.
Yeah.
Like, they've done such a good job of just kind of reinvigorating the combat in a JRPG. Because that
Yeah, and
stuff just got so tired over the years.
I will say if you're if you're like the kind of person who doesn't necessarily play a lot of action games and but still wanted to get their hands on this, the difficulty can be adjusted on the fly. Like, you can just go in, bump it down to easy if a boss fight's giving you trouble, and bump it back up.
Yeah, there is an additional mode that I haven't tried just yet.
Yeah,
Is it
I
that-
heard it makes it near trivial.
That classic mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's, like, I guess there's no action, is my understanding in that. It's all command-based,
Yeah.
I think is how it works. But yeah, the thing I don't think they said before release that I was surprised by is that when you pick that option at the main menu, they point out that, like, battle difficulty will be reduced to easy.
Yeah.
So that's not, like, ooh,
Nice.
not necessarily, like, a way to play through the game for the first time if you want a challenge. Or, if you want, like, the full challenge, you can't just play classic on normal. It seems like you have to play it on easy.
Yeah, and then this boss goes through multiple forms.
Yeah, I mean, I guess even that scorpion boss that people saw in the demo in the first chapter is a good example of that. This is just way harder. And I remember this being a pretty tough boss. And a pretty long boss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and the lead up to it is really cool. Like, I don't want to give away everything, but you kind of have it's up to you to decide how hard it's going to be.
Yeah. I think we talked about that on the podcast a little bit. Like, oh my god. Oh, who's summoning?
That'll just proc
Oh,
Yeah, once it's full, you can summon
at
it.
certain points.
does that mean a character used it? Oh, it's
No.
just hey, it's about to be ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. Oops. Oh
But
boy.
I think Cloud still has to
Okay.
physically do the summon.
I see. All right. Well,
Yeah.
this boss fight, based on what I remember, oh man, big bomber. Might be a little more than we have time for to get through the end of, but Just by way of example, just wanted to point out. Oh, let me pop this summon off before we get out of here.
Gotta end the
Awesome.
video with some
Same guy.
pizzazz.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Yeah.
You wanted pizzazz. Here it comes.
I hate when they do that.
Oh man. All
I
right.
actually haven't seen this yet. That's pretty great.
Oh.
if only that was Moggy though.
I don't want Moggy in danger.
Oh, but you know he'd be temporarily summoned. He's fine.
True.
Oh, look at that chocobo go.
And you can look at that chocobo go this Friday.
Are we gonna end
when you
on?
play?
Are we gonna end on
Final
a
Fantasy.
chocobo kick or a Moogle blast?
Moogle Blast.
Moogle blast. Oh, what happened?
Oh, I think you switched to a different character.
Sorry, I think the weird controller was acting strange for a second there. Moogle blast.
Moogle Blast.
Moogle
Moogle
Blast.
Blast.
Where's see the blast?
He's charging up.
He's taking his time, Kupo.
All right.
There it is.
That was okay.
A Moogle riding a chocobo pecking at a giant flying robot hand. That's the Final Fantasy VII Remake. You guys seem pretty positive on it.
I am really enjoying this.
Yeah, I
great.
am too, more than I expected even from that preview event. And I never even had a particular attachment to this game back in the day. Let's just get one more cross slash off here before we go. Yeah, so
Hey,
this is
you did
out
the thing in Smash.
everywhere on Friday.
Yes.
Or maybe now-ish if you live in one of the territories where they ship it early. Oh
Right.
shit! This is it.
Oh, now this is it.
It's a lot of chocobos.
Wow.
Alright, we did it.
We did it.
We did it. Oh, I'm about to get punched by this robot hand. I gotta get out of here. Thanks, y'all.
Thanks, Brad.